Colin, first things first, can we talk about the latest bit of business on the transfer front, the arrival of Phil Airey from Newcastle United on a 6-month loan deal. Can you tell us a bit more about the player, please?
Well, he's a young striker. I don't really want to tell you what his attributes are, because I think we've got to let him develop. He's a young one. He can run, he can score goals, and he's got to find his aggression in his feet in first team football, which is why he's come here. And we want to see him develop, and if we see him develop, then we'll find out really what his attributes are. Powerful at youth team level and reserve level, and he's got to translate that into men's action.
He comes from your old club, Newcastle United. Is he a player that's been on your radar for quite a while?
Yeah, he's one that I always thought would be a useful addition if we could get him up here. And we tried in January, but we couldn't conclude it because he got injured slightly just before the end of the window. So we're delighted that Newcastle have and Alan has agreed to let him come. They understand it's good progression for him, and we look forward to 5-6 months of him making a big impression.
In terms of our options up front, does he offer something different? In terms, to what extent do you feel he'll bring something new to the equation?
Yeah, I mean, he's youthful. He wants to run in behind, and he's got good athleticism and has good physical stamina. Good in the air, or decent in the air, and we want to see those attributes. Just we've got to blend him into the rest of the team a little bit, get him to understand what other boys' attributes are and what they are really good at. But I think we can service someone like Phil, and I think he'll help us play behind teams on occasions and give us another pair of legs to add to Junior and Akpo and Gary O'Connor, because with injuries and not having people signed, we've been very, very short as a centre forward.
Mentioned obviously injuries. Is Phil going to be in the squad for this weekend's trip to Kilmarnock?
Well, I hope we conclude all the legalities, really. I mean, it's all done, but it's just processing it through the system. So we hopefully have that confirmed. It's got to be done by 5 o'clock on Friday, and we hope to have that completed this afternoon.
So first loan transfer completed during your tenure here, Colin, from an English club. How difficult is it because of going the cross-border kind of technicalities and everything like that? Is it difficult because a player has to go for pretty much a season or half?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're talking about that, yeah, I mean, the fact that in England he could go out on a short-term loan and be called back, but the English clubs can't call anyone back until January, so it goes window to window. But they do have those loans in England as well. But it's obviously it's a foreign association. I think one of the problems is just going through the logistics and the paperwork and making sure everything's tied off, and that takes a period of time. It's very hard to do that within an hour and a half, even though the player and all clubs have agreed.
And obviously, just looking ahead, if we can, towards Kilmarnock. Last year they managed to get the upper hand over us at Rugby Park. What's your assessment of how they've developed over the past few months?
Well, they've had a change of manager. Their style is more or less the same. They've had change of personnel in their team. So have they lost anything that they had last year? We hope to find out that they have. But what I've seen pre-season, I don't think they'll be beat too often at Rugby Park, and any victory there will be very hard earned.